Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to be showing you how to pass parameters from one SharePoint app to another app. Not just pass parameters, but how to also seamlessly switch between apps. And also how to jump to an external site and also pass parameters to that external site from your Power App. So, I hope you're ready. Get ready. Let's get started. All right. So, the launch function within Power Apps, it takes these three parameters. You have the address, which is required, and that's the URL of the page or the app ID or the canvas that you're going to be that you want to launch. You have the parameters, and the parameters are names that are named and their value that you can pass to a web page or to a canvas, but it's optional. And then you have the target, which is if you want the current browser that you're in or the current tab to be replaced, or if you just want to open up a new tab. So let's go ahead and show you how this works. So let me close this down. So I have this button here, and I'm going to show you these 6 different ways here. This is the default way, launch. You have the address, and then you have the parameter. Now you don't need this. This is just empty. It's just a way of showing empty. I guess everybody does it differently. You just pass an empty record. And then you have your target, launch target.new. But this whole thing is the same as just doing this because this will still work as well. Same thing. You'll get the same results. It'll just open up the address. So let's go and show you how that works. Let me close this out. All right. So if I come here and I click on new, as you can see, it opens up a new tab, and that's what that does. Launch target.new. Let's go to this bottom one. So here it's the same thing, but it's a little different. We have the address, empty parameter, empty record, and then you have this launch target.replace. And all this is doing is that it'll replace the current tab with the address that you're launching. So let's see how that works. So if I come here, as you can see, we're in, let me close this out. We only have 3 tabs open. Launch target.replace, and as you can see, the current tab was replaced with that Google address. Now in these 2 options here, we have launch with site parameters, and I have 2 of these because these 2 do the same. It's just done in a different way. So in this button, we have the address, and this time we're passing parameters, but we don't have a target, and I'll show you why in a second. So this is the name value. As you can see, if you look at this, it says name, the name of the parameter sent to the URL, and this is the value. So let's see how this is. So we have this site, which is my site, and when we bring it up, you're going to see that these are going to be attached to the address, the URL. See? So you have training group, you have question mark, this is your query string, Q equal to Power Apps, and count equal to 1. Close that down. So that's that. Now let's look at the second option, which is probably the more preferred option, and this is what I personally prefer to do. Before I go there though, here you are unable to. So if I wanted to replace the current tab, I couldn't use this. So I couldn't. Let me just copy this. So I couldn't come to this. Oops, I couldn't come to this tab and do this. It'll just give me an error because it's expecting a name value. And so that's why I don't really like this method. Strange method. But it works. Now, here is the second one. And this is the site you go to learn all this stuff, and it gives you good examples. But anyway, I'll put this in the description. So here you launch, And here's another way of passing the parameters within our record actually. And in here you have the name value. So this makes more sense to me. So you're having key value pairs within the brace. And then after that, I can have this, you can either have the launch target replace or launch target new. So let's go see how this works. So if I come here, so I have this site, msn.com, blah, 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 cryptocurrencies. So if I come here, click on this. Now, if you look inside, if you look at the address bar, here are the name value pairs that I'm passing. See? And it knows to put a question mark, to start this query string. Name, value, ampersand to concatenate name, value, and the last one, name, value. So because of these parameters, that's why this specific page came up. So take a good look to see how your crypto is doing. But anyway, all right, let me close that down. So let me come here. All right, so here I'm showing you how to pass between apps now, from one Power App to another Power App. Now, in order to do this, you have this address, but this address, if you're going from one app to another, this will always be the same right here. You have to prefix your app ID with this, and this is the app ID. Now, if you don't know how to get the app ID, let me show you really quick. All right, so I'm going to come to my Demo Guard Patrol, click on the commands here, come down to details, click on details, and here's the web link. Some people may make the mistake of trying to use their web link. I had to go through the documentation to know that you have to use this prefix. That's the only way to work. So here's my app ID here at the bottom, app ID. You copy that. Whatever app you are trying to switch to, you get the app ID of that app. And then you use that right after this, after the prefix, providers, Microsoft, Power Apps, apps. And then you paste your app ID right here. And if you want to pass parameters, this is how you do it the best way. The braces, and then name, value, name, value. Now, on the receiving end of your app, in order to bring in these values, this is what you do. So I'm going to go to my Guard Patrol checklist, and I'm going to click here, and this is how you do it. So you use the param. Param is the function that will go. It'll read what's in the address bar, the query string, and it'll grab the names. So it'll grab navigate name, and then the record name, and it will render the value of those names into the browser, like I've done here. So let's see how that works. So as you can see, I'm passing navigate. I'm requesting navigate and record. Here I'm passing close and this big number here. So let's do that. So come here. Let me see here. Let me go back. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why I'm doing this in a minute. You're probably wondering, why don't you just do it from here? But no, you don't. You don't want to do that. And I'll tell you why if I don't forget. All right. So let me come here and play this. Okay. So here I am right here. And there it is. Close. And here's a record. So let me come in here and put something in this. Let me put. Okay. Let me say Superman. All right. And then let me publish this. Okay. So let me come back here. I'm going to refresh this page. Wait for that yellow strip to come so I can refresh again. Give it a second. All right, there it is. So refresh. Updates came in. All right, click here. Now, if I click this, see, it brought in Superman and Record Zero. That's how that works. Now you can also pass in. If I come here, you can also say, comma, launch, launch target dot replace, and it'll just replace the current tab. Or you can do new, which you just open up a new tab. So I already showed you how that works. So I'm gonna skip then come to this next one. And this one, you already know how this works as well. Same thing. Navigate is a name. Power Apps is awesome. Let's say the Hulk is awesome. All right. Number of 11. All right. And so let me save and let me publish this. So we're going to be passing to our page the name, but the value of the Hulk is awesome and record 11. So if I come here, this should change. Well, let me do this. Let me close this. Close this. I gotta refresh my page. Click refresh, launch, and then come here. As you can see, I've passed to another app from another app. The Hulk is awesome, record 11. So I hope I've shown you the potential of possibilities that you can do in passing parameters and also using the launch function. You know, before I didn't even know these parameters exist until I started to dig a little further and look into launch. So I hope this helps someone out there. If this helps you and is useful, please like the video and please share the video. I would appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.